Welcome back to another series of Internship Nuggets. Today we have Mr.
Subash.
So he's basically the founder as well as the CEO for a company called Unstructured. So Mr. Subash, I would love to interview you for a minute. So the first question will be, throughout your whole career, what is the skills that you value the most?
Adaptability.
Adaptability.
Yeah, I think I've been in consulting companies, and then I gone into a large corporate, and then now I'm back starting my own company. So I think if I were to say, if you're in a large organization, you get to learn a couple of things. But when you go and start your own company, you have to unlearn a lot of things. So unlearn and then relearn quite new things. And I think very importantly, when you want to adapt, you need to be humble. You can't just expect whatever experience of 20 years that you're going to use and then suddenly now it's going to magically work. So you have to be extremely humble.
Correct. So that's why you create this company called Unstructured
Yes.
to basically adapt to new changes, helping company to adapt to new changes.
Yep.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so the second question I would love to ask is that everybody wants to be at the position you are right now, the CEO, the founder
sure?
of some. I mean, at least for younger generation, especially
Okay.
nowadays, they have very big dreams. They have very high ambition.
Right.
So, what do you think? What is the advice you give to those people who want to climb the ladder from intern to CEO quick?
Start your own company and you become a CEO immediately. Well, I think if I were to use my son, my eldest one is 15 years old. If I would use him as a yardstick, today he's talking about starting his own company.
Oh.
He's like, why am I going to school? I don't see the point of it. I want to do my own stuff. And he's using ChatGPT to come up with ideas and to leverage that, right? So I think if you start doing... So one regret I have, being a comp science grad, when I graduated, everyone told me to go look for jobs. And I had jobs, like at that point when I came out, jobs were lined up. So I had many offers and Accenture is what I took, right? But even in hindsight, now, if I would advise my old self back then, I would have said, start a company with your friends who all graduated at the same time. You could have started a software development company.
Oh.
And you would have learned a lot more, right? Being independent, managing your money and running it. And it would have been far more rewarding than becoming an employee in an organization. I'm not saying don't become an employee. Everyone has to be. Someone has to be an employee. But what I'm saying is, you should... some point in your life, especially early days before you have kids and huge commitments, must start something of your own. Else you're not going to learn as much being an employee, I think.
Right. So I just want to explore more about that. So some people, they really have high dreams, but of course, I wouldn't say when you start something, it's going to be a success, right? Definitely not. So what is the piece of advice you give for someone who is scared of failure? What can they do to break through that barrier?
Do something you're comfortable with first.
Okay.
Start something small, and look at areas that you fear the most. Like for me personally, until today, as old as I am, the biggest thing I fear is details. Especially financial details, the accounting and all this stuff. I'm terrible at it. I miss out details. I miss all of these things. Payroll sometimes. I think 5 months ago, I paid the wrong month on my payroll to my staff. So it's those kind of mistakes that you can make, right? For me, that's my biggest fear. But how do you overcome it? First of all, you accept that that's and not everyone is designed to do everything.
Correct.
And that's the first thing you need to realize, right? You are good at something, you're passionate about something. The other things that you're not good at, leverage. Find people who you can partner with to do those things they are good at it. Some people are good with details, and I would love to partner with someone who's good at details because I will miss it. I can't even organize my own family's event or holiday because I miss the details. So find your passion, the ones that you are fearful of, identify them, and then find someone to partner with to take that on.
Oh, I see. So I just want to ask a little bit more on that. I feel like being an intern nowadays, we can directly do what you said just now. Basically, we kind of figure out through what is our fear. That's why we do something. Basically, we are given a lot of tasks in the company that is more... Because back then, I would say it's more towards like, you do this, more towards labor workforce, right? Do you agree on that?
Yes.
So, may I just kind of compare, what is your internship experience back then comparing to now?
Me, personally?
Yes.
As an intern?
Yes, correct.
God, I can't even remember. Okay, so yes, No, I was quite lucky. I joined a software house
Oh.
and I was doing development work and I was part of a project. So it wasn't much of labor kind of thing. It's not like someone's going to ask you to get tea or coffee or something like
Right,
that.
right.
Those are overrated and I don't think it exists. Like, I think some of your interns maybe. I don't think it exists
No,
today.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that happens. But I think today I would expect interns, like how I hired someone who's a fresh grad, psychology degree, and I armed her with as much AI tools as possible.
Yes.
And I don't expect her to do anything without AI. Everything is AI driven. Perplexity end to end, Gemini advanced end to end, and now she's coding agents in. So if I were to hire interns, it's the same principle. You come in together with an AI twin, and you're supposed to be able to do things as long as you're digitally savvy. And I would expect anyone your age today will be digitally savvy.
Oh.
So as long as you're digitally savvy, you use AI, I could expect a lot more than I would expected interns to do back then.
I see.
Yeah.
Ooh. So speaking of AI, and your company is more towards helping people, providing service to help companies to adapt to change, especially new
Yep.
technologies like AI, right?
Yep.
So I just have one question. I know the AI thing is very, I wouldn't say sudden, it's just coming up soon.
Yeah.
And I would say the field is actually changing rapidly.
Yep.
They are evolving for the goods or bads. We are still not sure.
Yeah.
So, of course, because of the uncertainty we have, we are
Yeah.
kind of worried of, oh, what if we step in this rapid changing field?
Okay.
So, am I gonna fall or am I gonna rise? So, do you have any piece of advice to give to us?
As the new joiner into an
Yes,
organization
like
and
what
using
kind of mindset we should have when we step into this rapid changing environment?
leverage.
Leverage.
Like I say, you find what you love doing, and you will discover that over time. For the rest of it, you leverage. Now today, I said just now, go leverage other people, right?
Yes,
As you
correct.
start a business, but leverage AI. So if you can't do the accounting, leverage AI to do the accounting. If you can't do coding, leverage AI to do the coding. So I think you need to be adaptable in making use of resources that you have around you. So I don't think you need to fear. So a lot of people fear the things that they do not have passion about.
Correct.
Because if you like doing something, you will figure it out. It's the fear comes from things that you actually don't like doing. So leverage.
Actually, this made me think of one question I really want to
Yeah.
ask you.
Mm.
So I know you talk about helping companies to adapt to AI especially.
Yeah.
So I know AI, it's very easy to use and it's very convenient.
Yep.
So do you think the presence of AI will threaten the job security? For example, accounting job back then you need 3 people to do, and with AI you just need 1 people. The other 2, they might lose their job.
We just spoke about it just now, and
Okay.
my colleague, the girl Lydia I told you about, she told me, I think she should have toned down on the doomsday scenario, and I think she's right. It is literally scary because
Correct.
if you not just accounting, finance, HR, every role you can think of, most of it can be intelligently automated.
Correct.
90% at least can be automated. I think what's will be scary is if you don't start rethinking your job.
Rethink.
What should you be doing? So leaders should come in and say, I am now going to help you not reskill, not upskill. Those are old school. It's not reskill, upskill anymore. It's reimagine your jobs.
Reimagine.
If you're a recruiter who's been doing all this while, what are the other things or what is the new thing that you should be doing as a recruiter? If you've been doing accounting, maybe you need to be more strategic with finance. So you can't be accounting and doing all this paperwork and all this stuff. You should elevate yourself. So I don't think it's scary. It's only scary if you are so comfortable with what you're doing,
Right.
you do not want to look at what's new.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your wonderful insight.
No problem.
And that's all the questions I wanted to ask. So thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
So,
Thank you.